What I wish I could tell my younger family. The healing power of saying, I'm sorry. Let me tell you something I've learned after almost 90 years of living. Life moves fast, and our words, or the ones we don't say, shape the people we love and the legacy we leave. I wish I could go back and tell my younger family members sooner. I'm sorry isn't just a phrase. It's a bridge. A key. A balm for hearts. Too often, we think saying sorry is admitting weakness. But the truth? It's one of the strongest, kindest things you can do. Today, I want to share why those 3 words matter, and how they can heal families, even after years of distance. Point 1. Acknowledging the hurt. Being seen matters. When someone is hurt, the greatest gift you can give is acknowledgement. Saying, I'm sorry, tells the other person, I see your pain. I caused it. I take responsibility. That simple act often begins the healing process. Let me share a story. My daughter and I had a serious argument years ago. I criticized her parenting in front of family members. She withdrew, stopped visiting, and for more than a decade, our connection felt distant. One afternoon, I took a deep breath and said, I judged you unfairly, and I'm sorry. She cried. I cried. And for the first time in years, the weight between us lifted. That one sentence didn't erase the past, but it opened the door to rebuilding trust. Tip: speak clearly, acknowledge the specific hurt, and avoid adding excuses or buts. Keep it sincere and focused on their feelings. Point 2. Rebuilding trust takes time. Trust isn't rebuilt overnight. A sincere apology is the first brick, but it needs support from consistent, caring action. For example, my son felt judged for his career choices. I finally said, I'm sorry for making you feel your work wasn't valued. But I didn't stop there. I attended his work events, asked questions, and genuinely listened without criticism. Slowly, trust returned. It didn't happen in a day, and it didn't happen perfectly, but it happened. Tip: pair your words with steady, thoughtful actions. Trust is rebuilt when the heart sees that your apology isn't just talk. Point 3. Teaching humility to younger generations. When younger family members witness an adult apologize, they learn something priceless. Strength includes humility. It's not about pride, it's about love, courage, and taking responsibility. I remember missing my grandson's big baseball game. I called the next day and said, I'm sorry I missed your game. I know it meant a lot to you. That small apology wasn't just about the game. It was a lesson in humility, showing him that real strength includes owning up to mistakes. Tip: make your apology visible to the young ones. Explain why it matters. Children learn more from seeing your integrity in action than from hearing a lecture. Point 4. Breaking family patterns. Families often fall into repeated patterns: silence after arguments, grudges, or hurtful jokes that linger. Apologies can break these cycles and open a path for dialogue. For example, 2 sisters in my extended family hadn't spoken for 5 years over an inheritance dispute. One day, one sister sent a text, I want to talk. I'm sorry for how I behaved. That tiny message began a conversation that eventually healed the family. Tip: begin with a small, specific apology. Focus on one instance rather than the entire history of conflict. Often, one brave sentence is enough to spark reconciliation. Point 5. Healing yourself. Many people think apologies are only for others, but they also heal the person offering them. Carrying guilt is exhausting. Apologizing is a way to release it. I know this well. I apologize to my wife for being overly critical during our early years together. Saying, I'm sorry, was like taking off a heavy coat I had been wearing for decades. I slept better, laughed more, and became more present with my family. Tip: apologizing is not a sign of weakness. It's an act of emotional maturity and self-care. Your heart feels lighter when you take this step. Point 6. When forgiveness isn't immediate. Sometimes the person you apologize to isn't ready, or maybe they've passed away. That doesn't make your apology meaningless. Writing a letter, leaving a voicemail, or even saying it quietly to yourself can bring peace. Carla, a friend of mine, wrote a letter to her late father. "I'm sorry I held anger for so long." She never expected a reply, but the act of expressing her feelings freed her heart. The power of an apology often lies in the giving, not the receiving. Tip: focus on honesty and sincerity. You cannot control the other person's response, only your own courage to speak the truth. Point 7. The 5 elements of an effective apology. Here's a framework that works for most situations. Acknowledge the harm. Take responsibility. Express regret. Offer to make amends. Commit to change. For small hurts, "I'm sorry I" specific action. "I didn't mean to hurt you." For deeper wounds, "I was wrong" to specific action. "I understand how it affected you." "I'm truly sorry." "I'd like to make amends" by specific action. Tip: be clear, honest, and ready to follow through. Avoid demanding forgiveness or adding excuses. Words alone aren't enough. Consistent actions reinforce your sincerity. Point 8. Handling rejection. What if your apology is rejected? That happens. You cannot force forgiveness. Give space, remain kind, and keep the door open. "I understand you're not ready. I respect that, and I'm here when you are." Tip: patience and consistency are key. Even if the response doesn't come immediately, your willingness to apologize may plant seeds for the future. My younger family, here's what I want to leave with you. The simplest, gentlest words, "I'm sorry," can mend hearts, teach courage, and bring peace to both sides. They can break patterns of hurt, rebuild trust, and teach the next generation how to love with integrity. Think about someone you've been holding back from. What is one small step you could take this week? Send a message, make a call, or write a note. Share your thoughts in the comments. If this message touched you, please like, subscribe, and share it. Remember, sometimes the bravest, gentlest act we can do is to simply say, "I'm sorry."